Hello and welcome to Tuesday DJ Gig Tips, brought to you by Vibo, the music planning app. I've been using these ape cans now for the better part of, I would say, 4 years now. And I've never had any problems with these walking away in an event where, someone would just steal them as a gag or something. Some people say, well, why would somebody steal something as a gag? Well, they do it as a gag. They don't care about these things. They don't know how to control them or what to do with them. It's just funny to take something like this. It's kind of like taking a cone from road construction. Have you done it? I've done it a long time ago. Statute of limitations is up on that, so I'm not worried about telling you that. When I was younger, I've taken things like that from road construction as a gag. I didn't need them. I just took them as a gag. And I think that's what happened at one of my friends' events who borrowed my ape cans and had one stolen. I have a tour pack of 12 of these things, and I ended up with 11 because one got taken. Now, my friend is, paying for this and replacing and all that stuff. The client is actually taking care of it. But, how have I avoided having these things stolen, 4 years running? And I've used them quite a bit. One thing that I do is I kind of keep them near me, If you look at this picture, they're behind me, and that's usually how I do things. Nobody's going behind me. So there's no fear of, something small like this that someone could easily conceal walking away. I have bigger battery-powered lights that I have scattered around the room. Not as worried about those. I suppose it's possible someone could take them, but little stuff like this, it's more likely that they just kind of grow legs and walk away on you. But that's what I've always done, kind of kept them near me, right? Another thing you can do, and this is a real interesting idea. Somebody turned me on to this in the comment section, and my daughter mentioned it today, actually. There are these things called AirTag. Apple makes them, and they're tracking devices that you can put in something like a light, or a suitcase, or a laptop case, probably in your laptop if you were clever about it. They look like little coins. You can track your items with these AirTags. It's a pretty neat idea. It's an extra $25 per light, but it's some insurance. I think they'd be relatively easy to remove. If someone were to take something like this, they could probably pretty easily figure out that, this unscrews, and they can just get inside of this thing and, take the AirTag out. But if you were clever about where you put it, maybe that would be a good idea. Not a bad one. But I'm sticking to, keeping these somewhere near you where you can see them. I don't think it's a good idea to put these in a room that you're not in and you can't kind of keep an eye on things. But, behind you, I think it's a great place for these, especially if you're using these Fresnel lenses and creating the cool pattern on the wall. Behind you is a great place to have that pattern. So anyway, tip. Keep them near you, or I don't know, if you really want to invest in the ear tags, maybe that would be a way to go. And the other thing is kind of be mindful about who you're doing the event for. If it's kids, maybe you don't want to scatter these around the room. If it's adults, maybe you're okay. You just kind of have to use some common sense and be a good judge of character on this stuff, I think, sometimes too. So hopefully we never have a problem again. But if we do have a problem again, I was able to buy on the used market 2 Gen 1 ape cans, which I don't think they make anymore. I think they discontinued the Gen 1. They're on to the Gen 2. Plus, there's like no supply in America right now. A cargo container came in. Everything had been pre-sold. It went right back out to customers. There's nothing to be had, especially on Gen 1. So I was kind of forced to buy some used ones. I made a post on Facebook. I made a video about this. And it was just a few minutes later somebody chimed in and had a pair. Now the story is, A, they're white, B, the batteries aren't any good in them. So let's have a look and see what we bought. So I haven't opened this yet. Let's just, and forgive the way I have to open things. It's kind of painful for some of you to see. You don't like it because of the way I'm doing things, but when you have one hand, you have to do things a certain way, whether anybody else likes it or not. Don't hold the knife like that. Shut up. You try it with one hand. Okay. So I'm in the box. There's some packing material in here. Thank you to the gentleman who sold me these, by the way. I really appreciate that. In here, 1 white ape can, 2 white ape can with Fresnel lenses. That's it. Now, yeah, it doesn't look like this one, right? But I don't really care at this point. I just have a tour pack and wanted a complete set of 12. 11 didn't seem to make sense. So I'm thinking in my head, all right, now I have 13, so I can put this one on the shelf in case another one gets stolen, and we're good. That's how I'm thinking about this. Okay, so the story is the batteries aren't any good in them. So we push the button, nothing happens. No light in this one. And push the button in this one. No light in this one. A couple things I will say. These are notorious for kind of getting knocked around and having the batteries pop out of the little, places they're supposed to go. Sometimes you just use a little bit of like masking tape or something to hold them in place. They're a little more cooperative. Well, look at this. He's got this all together really nice. So that's not an issue, obviously. The batteries haven't popped out. This has been done right. These are probably newer than the ones I have. There's another thing though. Sometimes on these rechargeable batteries, if you haven't charged them for a while, if you put them on a charger and just leave them for an extended period of time, sometimes they'll just wake up and charge. So I'm going to try that with these. I'm going to put them on a charger and leave them for a while and see if they eventually take a charge. If they don't, we'll get batteries for them. If they do, then we have nothing to worry about. So I'm going to go ahead and pause the camera and show you how I'm going to do this. As you can see, we've got a place for 2 lights right here. These are fully charged, I believe. They're all flashing green. They're at least 50% charged. I've actually had them on there for quite a few hours. I believe they're fully charged. I'm going to go ahead and pop this in here and see if we get a red. We don't get anything at all. See that? Nothing's happening. We'll try it with this one too. Yeah, absolutely nothing. If I pull these out and I put this in here just to test the socket, yeah, the socket works. See? Let's try this one, make sure this socket works too. Yep, that socket works. That's an indication that they're charging. Alright, now again, I'm going to put these in here. Although they're doing nothing, let's see if we leave them for a while, they start doing something. And nothing. So yeah, these batteries are completely dead, it looks like. I have ordered new ones. I'll do a video on that, on the swap. I don't know how smooth it's going to be. This is a little bit different battery setup than the other ones. But anyway, that's not even what this video is about. The tip here is keep an eye on these things, especially the smaller stuff. I probably wouldn't worry too much about the bigger stuff. But yeah, be smart about it. Understand what kind of event you're at, who's in attendance, and know where your lights are. Kind of keep an eye on the spots that you've uplit throughout the night if you're going to scatter them around the room. But the little stuff like this, yeah, as long as you keep it close to you, I've never had a problem. My friend did. I don't know where he put them, but I've never had a problem. So that's it. We'll see you next time. Thanks for watching. Practice and enjoy.